Imagine standing on the banks of a great river, not a river of water, but a river of time. This river flows through the heart of Ukraine, carrying stories of ancient peoples, mighty rulers, and the enduring spirit of a nation. Today, we are going to dip our hands into this golden river. We will follow a gleam of light that has shone through centuries of darkness and light. This is the story of Ukraine's gold coins. It begins long ago, in a time before coins even existed, in a land of vast plains and endless skies. This story is not just about money. It is about identity, faith, and a nation's unbreakable will to exist. It's a journey that will take us from ancient markets to the courts of princes, and finally, to the heart of modern Ukraine. Before the jingle of coins filled the air, trade in the lands of Ukraine was a different affair. It was a world of touch and feel, of substance and weight. People bartered for what they needed. A finely cured animal fur, perhaps from a beaver or a marten, could be traded for sacks of golden grain. Honey, sweet and amber, might be exchanged for sturdy tools or beautiful pottery. This was a direct and honest way of life. It was a system built on trust and the real value of things. The land itself was the greatest treasure, providing everything from the food on the table to the materials for trade. It was a world connected not by currency, but by the rhythm of the seasons and the needs of the people. The great trade routes of the ancient world crisscrossed this land. Imagine the Scythians, fierce horsemen of the steppe, with their magnificent gold jewelry, trading with Greek merchants who sailed into the Black Sea. These Greeks brought with them their own coins, stamped with gods and heroes, offering a glimpse of a different world. But for the local people, something more tangible was often preferred. Heavy silver bars, known as hryvnia, became a common form of currency. These ingots were solid, dependable, and could be cut into smaller pieces for a specific price. They were a bridge between the old world of barter and the new world of minted money, a solid promise of value in your hand. This system of trade, with its furs, grains, and silver bars, worked for hundreds of years. It connected the peoples of the forest with the peoples of the steppe, and the peoples of the rivers with the traders from far-off lands. It was a network woven from the riches of the earth. But as the centuries passed, a new power began to rise along the Dnieper River. A powerful state was forming, with a grand city at its heart, Kyiv. This new entity, the Kievan Rus, would soon feel the need for something more. It needed a symbol of its power, its faith, and its place in the world. The time of the silver ingot was coming to an end. A new golden age was about to begin. The story of Ukraine's first gold coin is the story of a great prince. His name was Volodymyr the Great, or Volodymyr I. He came to power in the late 10th century, a ruler with a grand vision for his realm, the Kievan Rus. Volodymyr saw that his kingdom was a crossroads of civilizations. To the south was the mighty Byzantine Empire, with its golden domes and powerful emperors. To the north and west were the rising kingdoms of Europe. He understood that to be seen as an equal, to command respect, his kingdom needed the symbols of a great state, and one of the most powerful symbols of all was a gold coin, bearing the face of its ruler. Before Volodymyr, no ruler in this land had ever minted their own gold coins. He decided to change that, and so, the Zlatnik was born. The name itself simply means golden one. It was a declaration of power and prestige. These coins were not just for buying and selling goods in a marketplace. They were a message to the world. They announced that the Kievan Rus was a sophisticated Christian European state, with a prince whose authority was blessed by God. Each coin was a piece of propaganda, a tiny golden ambassador sent out into the world to tell the story of Volodymyr's power and his new Christian faith. The Zlatnik was a beautiful object, a small masterpiece of its time. It was made of high-quality gold, weighing around 4.2 grams, the same standard as the Byzantine gold coin, the solidus. This was a deliberate choice, showing that Volodymyr's coin was equal to that of the great emperor in Constantinople. On one side, the coin showed a majestic portrait of Christ, Pantocrator, the ruler of all. This was a clear sign of the new Christian faith that Volodymyr had adopted for his entire kingdom. It was a public and permanent declaration of this monumental shift in culture and belief, stamped forever in pure gold. On the other side of the coin was the image of Prince Volodymyr himself. He is shown seated on a throne, holding a scepter, a symbol of his royal authority. Around his image is an inscription in Cyrillic letters, Volodymyr on the throne, and this is his gold. This was revolutionary. It placed the prince directly opposite Christ, linking his earthly rule to divine authority. The coin also featured Volodymyr's personal emblem, the trident, or trizub. This symbol, so ancient and powerful, would one day become the coat of arms of modern Ukraine. The Zlatnik was more than money. It was the birth certificate of a nation's identity, captured in gleaming gold. The golden age of the Zlatnik, however, was surprisingly short-lived. These magnificent coins were minted for only a brief period, primarily under the rule of Volodymyr the Great. After his death, his successors continued to mint coins, but they quickly moved away from gold. The primary reason for this change was practical. The Kievan Rus did not have its own sources of gold. The precious metal had to be imported, likely from the Byzantine Empire, often received as tribute or through trade. This made the supply of gold unreliable and expensive. It was simply not sustainable to produce a large currency from a metal that was so scarce. As gold became harder to get, silver took its place. Silver was much more available. It was mined in other parts of Europe and flowed into the Kievan Rus through the bustling trade routes. Princes began minting silver coins called shriblyoniki, which means silver ones. These coins were more practical for everyday commerce, and could be produced in much larger quantities. They continued to feature the images of the rulers and Christian symbols, carrying on the tradition started by Volodymyr. But the special gleam of gold, the ultimate symbol of power and divine connection, faded from the pockets and coffers of the people. The era of native gold coinage came to a quick end. For the next 1,000 years, the lands of Ukraine would be ruled by a succession of foreign powers. The Mongol invasion in the 13th century brought devastation and shattered the unity of the Kievan Rus. After that, the territory was divided and controlled by the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, the Kingdom of Poland, the Ottoman Empire, and eventually, the vast Russian Empire. During these long centuries, the coins that circulated in Ukraine were the coins of its rulers. There were Polish zlotys, Austrian ducats, and Russian rubles. The idea of a uniquely Ukrainian national coin, especially one made of gold, was a distant memory, a lost dream from a past golden age. There were brief flickers of hope. In the chaos following the First World War and the collapse of the Russian Empire, the Ukrainian People's Republic was declared in 1917. This was a moment of fierce national pride and a desire to reclaim the symbols of statehood. There were ambitious plans to create a new currency, and even designs were drawn up for new gold coins, called hryvnia. These designs were beautiful, reaching back to the art and symbols of the Kievan Rus, but the Republic was short-lived, caught between warring powers. The new gold coins were never minted. The dream of a national golden currency had to be put on hold once more. The 20th century was a time of immense struggle for Ukraine, but it ended with a moment of triumph. In 1991, following the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukraine declared its independence. A nation was reborn, and with the rebirth of the nation came the rebirth of its symbols, including its own currency, the hryvnia, named after the ancient silver bars. For the first time in a millennium, Ukraine could once again create its own coins. And this time, the dream of a national gold coin would finally become a reality, connecting the new, independent Ukraine with the golden age of Volodymyr the Great. The National Bank of Ukraine began to issue a stunning array of commemorative coins, celebrating Ukrainian history, culture, and nature. But the most significant and enduring of these are the gold bullion coins. In 2011, the bank introduced a series that would become a powerful national symbol, the Archangel Michael gold coins. The choice of the Archangel Michael is deeply meaningful. He is seen as a heavenly warrior, a protector, and the patron saint of Kyiv, the nation's capital. He represents the fight against evil and the defense of the faithful, a symbol that would become ever more important in the years to come. These beautiful coins are struck in pure gold and come in several sizes, making them accessible for both collectors and investors. The design is powerful. One side features the Archangel Michael in his full glory, with his wings spread wide and a flaming sword in his hand. He is a figure of strength, vigilance, and divine protection. The inscription around him reads, "Oh, for us and the souls of the righteous," a line from a famous poem by Ukraine's national poet, Taras Shevchenko. It is a call for protection and a remembrance of those who have fought for freedom. This is not just a piece of gold. It is a prayer. The other side of the coin bears the Ukrainian coat of arms, the very same trizub that Prince Volodymyr placed on his Zlatnik over 1,000 years ago. This creates a direct, unbroken line from the ancient Kievan Rus to the modern Ukrainian state. The coin proudly displays its value in hryvnia, its weight, and the purity of the gold. The Archangel Michael series quickly became more than just an investment. It became a symbol of national pride, a tangible piece of Ukrainian sovereignty that people could hold in their hands. It represents a nation reclaiming its history and forging its own destiny under the watchful eye of its celestial guardian. The story of Ukrainian gold took on a new, urgent meaning after 2014, and even more so after the full-scale invasion in 2022. In times of crisis, uncertainty, and conflict, people have always turned to gold. It is a safe haven, a store of value that transcends borders and collapsing financial systems. For many Ukrainians, buying gold, especially the Archangel Michael coins, became a practical way to protect their family's savings. It was a shield against the economic turmoil of war. A small, heavy coin could represent a family's hope for the future, something solid in a world that seemed to be falling apart. But these coins became so much more than just a financial asset. They became symbols of resistance and defiance. To own a coin bearing the Archangel Michael, the heavenly protector, was an act of faith. It was a statement of belief in victory and in the ultimate triumph of good over evil. The image of the warrior angel with his sword resonated deeply with the nation fighting for its very existence. The coins became talismans, small golden emblems of the country's fighting spirit. They connected the owner not just to a financial system, but to the collective soul of a nation at war, determined to defend its freedom. The journey of Ukraine's gold coins is a mirror of the nation's history. It began with the bold declaration of the Zlatnik, a symbol of a new state taking its place on the world stage. It fell silent for 1,000 years, a period of foreign rule and lost sovereignty, and it returned with the Archangel Michael, a powerful symbol of rebirth, resilience, and unwavering faith. The golden thread that was first spun by Volodymyr the Great has been picked up again. It ties the ancient past to the challenging present, reminding Ukrainians of their long and proud history. And so, the golden river of time flows on. Every coin, whether an impossibly rare Zlatnik in a museum or a modern Archangel Michael tucked away for safety, tells a story. They are not just circles of metal. They are circles of history, faith, and identity. They whisper tales of ancient princes, of long centuries of struggle, and of a modern nation that refuses to be broken. They are a testament to the idea that some things, like the spirit of a people and the enduring value of gold, are truly timeless. They are, and always will be, the golden soul of Ukraine.